already decided, like I alluded in the last video, I am going to paint the top part of the headstock here yellow, with the sides, the back, and the fretboard taped off and covered. Now BuzzTones logos. I still have a whole series of these that were printed out by a coworker a while back, and I have to consider what my options are. After this is yellow, I could maybe do one big BuzzTones somewhere in there like that. That's kind of cool. Or if I go a little smaller, I could maybe put a BuzzTones over there and one of the smaller BTs next to it. Something like that. Obviously laying flat in clear background so it doesn't go through. And I also have this really tiny BuzzTones. If I maybe take up a little more room with the BT, then I can do this little BuzzTones. I'd have to decide if I center it like that or lower it down like that, maybe slide everything that way just a little bit. But I have time to figure that out. I'm just going to show what the options were a little bit. Now I'm going to tape off what I said I was going to tape off, and we're going to start getting this painted. I've got the headstock all taped off here. Got tape on the sides, the back, the top, and then right up here where the fretboard ends, I've got a line of tape right there. And then each of the tuning peg holes, I got some paper towels stuffed in there. And we're not going to do a lot of coats of yellow. We just need to get the color on there. The first 3 coats really ought to do it. You know, where I do a coat, I wait 15 minutes, etc., etc. And that should be all I need to do with the yellow. I'm going to do a lot more coats with the clear coat, because once you put a sticker on there, you need to build the clear coat up a lot so you can sand that down and not have the outline of where the logo was stuck on there. So if you do it too low, you sand, you end up sanding all the way back down to the logo and it's not even level yet. So we're going to have a lot of layers of clear coat on there. Let me finish getting this shook up, pull my mask down, and we will start spraying. Mask is down, mask is fastened, shake a few more times. Get the box fan going. We got a box fan. Okay, now we're spraying. Well, that's it for round 1. We're going to wait 15 minutes and do it again. Hopefully after 3 coats, we're not seeing any wood grain. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do more. The headstock painting and clear coating is done. It's time to get it unwrapped, give a little bit of a sanding job there, polish it up, and I think we're ready to get it attached to the body. Let's get unwrapping. Okay, now I just have the paper towel that I stuck down in there. I don't know if I'll be able to pull them out. Get a little screwdriver real quick and poke them out. There we go. There. All right. Now I'm going to find, I'll say, my 800 grit sandpaper. Do a little sanding. Got the 800 grit ready. It looks pretty darn good. There's only a very little bit of orange peel there. It was very smooth when I started, and it was nice and even with the coats. Just put a little sand on here. Now we'll do a little 1500. All right, that's looking pretty good. Go get my polish stuff now. We are going to start with the microfiber cloth. Making sure I got all my sanding granules out of there. We're in pretty good shape. As you can see, I have out my McGuire's compound again. Got my pads, got my water, so we can get it polished. Oh, it's nice and smooth. That's going to shine nicely. Got my towel under there now too. I didn't do that. So I'm going to get started spraying the pad a little bit, get it moist, spray the surface. I'm going to shake up my compound. I'm going to apply just a very little bit directly to the pad here because there's not much surface area. I don't want a bunch of waste. Ooh, shiny. Okay. Looking good. So what's next? Tuning pegs. Let me get a little closer just for a moment here so we can see a little better what is going on with the tuning peg mechanism. You see I got all these pieces lined up here. This might be more familiar what you're used to looking at as a tuning peg, but there are all these other pieces that go along with it. What, pray tell, are those? Well, let me show you how this is going to work. The tuning peg itself is going to feed in from the back, just like that. Now, coming in from the top, we're going to need these guys. You can see that's threaded. Maybe you can see that's threaded. And it's got a hex on it. And the way that's going to work is we're going to get a washer on there. We're going to put this threaded through there, and that'll screw right in. But that's not the only thing that holds it in place. See these other 6 tiny screws there. Let me get back around to the back side. There's little pre-drilled holes there that will hold it in place. There's all my glorious polish that I didn't wipe up yet. So that's how the tuning peg gets put together. These pieces right here are not just spare parts. After I get this together and get it strung, I'm going to come back to it. These little guys, see if I can show you the shape of them. They're kind of like goofy M-shaped. And what you do with those, you use these screws and these little cylindrical spacers. They sit up on the headstock like this at different places, and one's at a slightly different height than the other. So once the strings come over the nut, they go under there before they tie into the tuning peg. But now, to help me line everything up, I'm going to get the tuning pegs in, and I'm going to get it strung up. I'm going to get this on the body, get it strung up, and that'll help me measure out where exactly do I want those to be. Then I can loosen up the strings and screw them into place. Tuning pegs. Let's do it. Those are all 6 loosely into place. I'm going to cut the video, get like some needle nose out or something, and make sure they're nice and snug, and get the screws into the back. Tuning pegs. Body meet neck. Neck meet body. So, time to join these two together. My neck plate here. posted a picture. I didn't do a video about it, but I took a Dremel attachment and got my Buzz Tones logo on there. I did the same thing with the Telecaster kit, so nothing new. I actually still had the same outline I used for that one. So it was very easy to just use those same little stickers, stick it on there, and just engrave the part that wasn't covered by a sticker. Just a pinch cold down here. I'm losing feeling in my fingertips. But here's my screws, Phillips head, time to attach. So, gonna be snug, which I suppose is good. Then you know it's lined up right. Okay, yesterday this was almost done and I ran into problems. Problem number one was just that I had a lot of buzz and I figured something wasn't grounded properly. Second was kind of crazy. When I was pulling the plug back out, it was super snug. I had to grab the heck out of it and pull it out, and I don't know what these pieces are. But there's these little plastic pieces that were part of the jack that actually broke just while I was trying to pull the plug out. I was astounded. But then again, cheap kit, there's going to be some cheap parts. So I had to pick up another Fender official jack. Not the whole plate and everything, just the actual jack part at Guitar Center this evening. But so I got it plugged in. Maybe you hear a little hum there. It's actually on. That's a nice, beautiful tone there. Let's see some. Boy, that's the least. Which pickups are those? I think that's the top two. Oh, that's in the middle, yeah. So yeah, it's crunchy. Let's see what else we got here. You hear a little bit of that buzz? Some of these frets definitely need leveled off, or maybe it's just an action issue. That action looks pretty darn low. I can either do a truss adjustment, or I can definitely bring these guys up. I haven't done anything to adjust that yet. I'm betting I need to pull them up and down to adjust intonation as well. But I just wanted to show the actual functioning Frankenstrat. I'm so happy I just had to buy that one part, and now it works. And I just got a little bit of fret work to do, but I'm calling it done. Yay! This has been a presentation of Busby Productions. Ah!